Palworld. On the face of it, it's a highly derivative game that has been heavily influenced by titans of the past. But why has this game's popularity exploded? Hello there! With over 19 million copies confirmed to have been sold on Steam and Xbox, this multiplayer, open-world survival game has seemingly dominated gaming recently. In this video, I will analyse how its core gameplay mechanics of Pal Taming and survival create flow within the game to explain why this game has had such a sudden success. We will also explore why I believe this popularity will not last due to some gameplay fundamentals that break down the flow of the game, such as weaknesses in the world building, combat and AI behaviour. As you may know, when a game has good flow, you achieve a state of mind where you are completely immersed in an activity that is both challenging and rewarding. So how does Palworld achieve flow? First, let's talk about Pal Taming. Palworld allows you to collect and raise over 100 different types of pals, each with their own abilities and personalities. You can capture pals using pal spheres, buy them on the black market, or trade them with other merchants. You can also breed pals to create new hybrids or mutate them using genetic engineering. Pal Taming is a core mechanic that aligns with the flow elements of clear goals, immediate feedback, and skill mastery. The goal of collecting and raising pals is clear and simple. You want to have a diverse and powerful team of pals that can help you survive and thrive in the world. The feedback is immediate and positive. You can see the stats, traits, and appearance of your pals, and you can hear their sounds and expressions. You can also see how they perform in battles, tasks, and interactions. The skill mastery is gradual and rewarding. You can level up your pals and teach them new skills, allowing for better immersion through personalization. Palworld keeps Pal Taming at the heart of its core gameplay mechanic. The open world survival and combat loops are built solely around how pals function. For example, as you progress, the game provides experience points for capturing up to 10 pals of the same name. When you capture or incapacitate pals, you gain drops along with your experience points. These drops and experience points in turn help you unlock new technologies which allow you to explore new areas, set up farms, and in turn start the loop again in a new region of the world. It's clear that Palworld's unique selling point from the get-go is the pals. Every mechanic is based around these Pokemon-inspired creatures, from how pals can help you farm, chop, mine, transport, battle, and traverse the open world. With each pal having different uses in different scenarios, the game appeals to our inner completionist as you feel compelled to see and own as many pals as possible. Moving on to the survival mechanics. Palworld's open world survival initially offers you nothing new. You obtain wood and stone as part of the first few steps within the game and have to manage your hunger, thirst, health and stamina. You also have to deal with environmental hazards, hostile factions and wild pals. To survive, you have to gather resources, build bases and craft items. As noted earlier, the unique aspect here is that you can use your pals to help you with these tasks or assign them to work autonomously. During your base building and management, you'll have random encounters from hostile pals or humans to keep a level of challenge. The goal as survival and crafting is clear and urgent. You want to stay alive and comfortable in the world. And the immediate feedback is quite clear within Palworld. You can see the effects of your actions on your status bars, inventory, and surroundings. You can also see the results of your crafting and building on your items and structures. The sense of progression is tangible. You can unlock new recipes, technologies, and blueprints. You can also expand and improve your bases. Survival in Palworld offers an engaging level of challenge and continuous reward which has a dependency on the player exploring the world. Whilst the game offers nothing overly new when it comes down to its exploration and the way it integrates into the survival mechanics, Palworld's unique biomes and modes of transport offer enough variety and challenge to keep things feeling fresh enough for an adventurous player. These are some of the reasons as to why Palworld has good flow, and it could explain why Palworld is so popular. However, there are a few fundamental gameplay mechanics that break the flow for me in this game. And I believe that unless these are addressed quickly, we'll see the success of this game fade fast. These are its world building, its combat, and its AI. Firstly, let's tackle world building. In an open world gameplay with many differing biomes and pals, I couldn't help but wonder why the game still felt largely impersonal. Whilst my map was quite densely populated with logbooks, treasure chests, NPCs, and other hidden secrets, the current presentation lacks two fundamental aspects for me to be hooked in: a strong introduction and a consistent game OST. While some players prefer being thrown into the deep end, I prefer having a preface as to who I am, why I am here, and what I'm supposed to do as my character. Having a guide, such as that found within Valheim or Terraria, would help players gain more context and could even build in a bit of backstory for your character. What's more jarring is the silence you face when wandering the world. Yes, you had the noises of your character's actions and the pals around you, but this was few and far between. Take The Long Dark, another survival crafting game. The Long Dark opens up with you as the player being stranded in the Canadian wilderness after a geomagnetic event knocking out electronic devices. The Long Dark has more of a story and directional reason for its silences, to strike up a tone to the player to make them feel the bitterness of the constant sound of the chilling winds. Even in that game, on occasion, a melancholy piano and a couple of delicately played stringed instruments ring out that only act to reinforce that sense of desperation and despair to survive. Palworld's noticeable silence when exploring the open world would be much more beneficial if it simply expanded its use of music beyond where it's currently used, at the boss battles and in general combat. Combat in Palworld is another area that could use improvement to help make the game flow better. Whilst using pals has its charm, combat is pretty broken. And as noted by a few on the internet, the obvious issues lie with AI pathing. However, the combat loop itself leaves more to be desired. It's far too easy to have completely imbalanced encounters. For example, if you engage with a group of the same pals, more than likely those pals can outmatch you and your pal. And the reverse can be engineered quite easily. Most of my playthrough has involved either finding easy cheese strategies, such as hiding behind pillars, to getting outgunned or one-shotted. It's never quite in between. The level of challenge is so polarized and limited. AI behaviour is one of the most serious areas that needs work in this game. Unless your base is flat, you'll find pals in trees, under the map, in floors, stacked on top of each other, or even merged into each other as they try to find the optimal path to carrying out their work or activity. As highlighted earlier, the AI pathing and overall general intelligence negatively affects the flow of combat. Quite frankly, the AI is janky to say the least. Palworld is a flawed, early access, open world survival that has sold millions of copies and is appealing to the masses. It delivers a level of flow through its Pal Taming and survival mechanics that derive feedback, challenge, and a sense of control that immerse the player into the game. However, Palworld could be better in inducing a truly immersive experience, and unless the areas around world building, combat, and AI behaviour are addressed soon, Palworld's popularity will fade in my opinion. So what are your thoughts on Palworld's immersion? Do you think that its flow could be better? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.